Welcome to InGen Insights, the property modules. I'm Professor J. Hudson, the Dean of InGen Academy. Every property journey needs a map, and in a sale or a purchase, that map is called the contract of sale, a legally binding document that records land that is being sold by a vendor to a purchaser for a specific amount, and subject to terms and conditions. All across Australia, the form and language of the contract will vary, but its essential work is remarkably consistent. It identifies the parties and the property, records the price and deposit, sets the settlement date, and defines the promises each party must keep. The contract is more than its first few pages. It may include the title particulars, plans, required disclosure material, standard terms, special conditions, and information about matters affecting the land. Depending on the jurisdiction and the property, that may include easements, covenants, planning matters, services, owner's corporation or strata information, leases, notices, or other statutory disclosures. Conditions are not decorative. Some conditions, such as subject to finance, building inspections, pest inspections, or perhaps the sale of another property, contain deadlines to allow the purchaser to pull out of the contract. Their wording and deadlines determine what rights exist and how those rights may be exercised. A missed date or an assumption about what a clause means can change the legal position considerably. A signature is not the moment to begin understanding the bargain. It's the moment when that understanding should already be clear. Before signing, have the contract reviewed by a solicitor or licensed conveyancer who can explain the property, the conditions, the risks, and the changes that may be appropriate for your circumstances. Cooling off can carry cost implications, so it is best to make sure you have all the terms and conditions that you want in the contract before you sign. Cooling off rights, disclosure obligations, contract forms, and auction rules differ between states and territories. Some rights may be limited, excluded, or unavailable, particularly at auction. So never assume that advice from one jurisdiction applies unchanged in another. The contract governs the legal journey. Understand it before it begins. I'm Professor J. Hudson, and this has been an InGen insight into property. This video contains general educational information only and does not constitute legal advice. Property laws and contractual rights vary between Australian states and territories. Obtain advice from InGen legal personnel about your circumstances before acting.